What's good, people? Welcome to Mchuma Reviews. Many thanks for joining us. So on this episode, I want us to look at a 2016 version of the Toyota Fortuner. As you can see, they've done a lot of work in the headlamps and of course the body kit. So this is going to look at that. So I just want you to join me as we have a look. The Toyota Fortuner is actually based on the pickup, the Hilux, Toyota Hilux platform. And what you get here is all-wheel drive. So this car is available in two modes, the rear wheel and the all-wheel drive. And of course, you get various types of engines, the petrol and diesel that you're going to look in just a moment. And another key thing that I want us to know about this particular Fortuner is that it's in the same category as what you get in the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport and also the Isuzu MUX. I'm sure you guys have seen the MUX around, and also what you call the Ford Everest. So I want us to start by just looking at the engine. So just come here, there's a lever that you just pull, then open up the bonnet. So what you have here is a 2.8 liter turbocharged diesel, and in other models you get the petrol versions that are naturally aspirated, and of course the diesel version. So this particular unit has a 2.8 liter turbocharged diesel that gives you 127 horsepower and 450 Newton meters of torque, and it's fitted with a 6-speed automatic gearbox that has a tiptronic option. So basically I just want us to continue. And oh, it's actually heavy. I love the build quality, it's good. So I want us to start here to look at the massive Toyota grille here, and of course the headlamps. I don't know if they're LED. No, we do not have LED, but in some models you get the LED. And even as you continue, you get the fog lights, of course, and the turn signal on the side mirror. These are 17-inch alloy wheels with a really good profile, therefore it's so good for off-roading. You're going to be comfortable when you off-road. Of course, you got a side step here, and even as you continue, I love this chrome contrast here on the door handles. Plus, of course, you get the roof rail. It's not metallic, actually, I think it's plastic. So my favorite part in this car is actually at the back, because you get these really good tail lamps. As you can see, stretches all the way from here up to here, and of course you get the word Fortuner. So this is actually my favorite part here in this Fortuner. So open up the boot is actually easy. You just come here manually and you just pull, and it opens up very widely. And actually the height is a bit high. I guess maybe for short people they might have a bit of problem to load in luggage, but again, for me, I'm very comfortable. And you get a third row seat here, and if you just lift them up, you get so much storage. And in case you want to, carry more people, you just come and release this, then come also this other side and release, and just lift it up on this other side also. So you get a third row of seats, but the space is not really practical, only for small kids. So again, you just come and pull this down again, and you put it back. So this other side again, you come and pull this, then you lift it up, then you have more room. So maybe when you're traveling, you want to carry some luggage on the way, Kokericho on the highway, and just want to get bags of potatoes, can fit in here very comfortably. And if in case you want more room, you just come again. Let me just show you how practical it is right here. Then you open up, and then you just do like this. Then oh, look, you get more storage. So you also go to the other side. Again, you come here. Again, you come here. Again, and look, voila, you get a lot of room. And as you look at from this other side, you literally get a lot of storage. I mean, wow, you can even fit a cow inside here. In fact, you can even fit a camel. That's how practical it is at the back of this car. So again, if you want to close up, you just come. Okay, I'm just gonna leave this way. And this is not the high trim, so you don't even get the electronic boot, so you just do it manually. It's quite heavy. And voila, at the back seat of this Toyota Fortuner, you get enough leg room and headroom. And of course, this is brown fabric interior, and you get a really good armrest, and some cup holders that just pop up. Actually, 3 adults can fit in quite perfectly here, in fact, for even long distances. As you can see, yeah, I'm very comfortable actually. super comfortable. 3 adults can fit in here very, very smoothly. And you get a 12-volt power outlet here, and therefore the people at the back can also charge their stuff. And you got it's like an ashtray here. So here you can charge in your, you can just plug in your electronic devices to charge and all that. So basically I can tell you, it's a good feeling being here at the back. Of course, you get two-tone interior, and there's a convenient light right here, and of course you get air vents here, and of course you can just grab in your hand of the SRS airbags. And here there's just like a small hook for just holding in maybe a few of your groceries or etc. So let us look at the front seat. So right here at the driver's seat, I must say I'm quite comfortable, not so much. In fact, I'm so surprised. This is one of the SUVs that I've done that I'm not really sitting in comfortably, and this is actually not even electronic, they're manual seats. But in some higher trim levels, of course, you get electronic seats. I'm actually I'm okay, but not really the best in terms of legroom in SUVs that I've been reviewing. But again, looking at the steering wheel, you get some wood here and leather and a multifunctional steering wheel. Of course, you get the cruise control, and you get paddle shifters. I think these are plastic. You're gonna see how it is on the road. And on this other side, you can always adjust your side mirrors and windows. And this is actually metallic. It's not even metal. I think it's just some chrome. And of course, you get this is soft touch materials. This is plastic soft touch materials. So far, there's nothing leather in this car. Plastic. This is actually plastic that almost look like piano, actually piano black. And maybe open up the glove box, you press that here, and then you get some decent amount of storage. And again, you press right here, you get still more storage. And here you get an armrest. Is it leather? Still not leather, but it's mimicking leather and some fake stitching here. Oh my god, fake stitching. And you get storage. I don't know, maybe an ashtray. And what you see here is for eco and power mode, just basically for your engine. For eco mode, just want to cruise and save a lot of fuel and power. If you just want to get the maximum power. And this is the gear selector. As I told you, this guy is fitted with a 6-speed automatic with tiptronic, therefore you can shift in manually. The handbrake is plastic. Wow, there's just a lot of plastic here. 2 cup holders. And you have a storage in for storing in your phone. Let me see if my phone can actually fit in. Oh wow, yeah, it can. Okay, that's practical. So let me just return back to charging. And as you can see, I'm charging with a USB. So there's a USB power outlet and also a 12-volt socket here. Again, if you have more people, can also charge their phones here. And you get traction control. This is for these differentials. This is for downhill assist control. This is just for the all-wheel, for the off-roading actually, because you know that this SUV is a proper off-roader, and this is for the climate control and the AC and all that. So I'm actually impressed. Like, one of the things that I'm impressed in this Fortuner is actually the infotainment. As you can see right here, we've just turned it on. You get AV, AM, FM. This is my phone, magnificent. You get aux cable, Bluetooth. And when you just go home here to home, maybe I can play some music, and you're just gonna see that in a few. So when you press apps, you see you have telephone setup, navigation, weather and all that. But I guess you need to configure for you to use it in Kenya. And okay, let's just check audio. Let's see how it is. It's actually some really good speakers. Yeah, and that is my guy Willis. Big shout out to you, Big Willie. So yeah, I'm listening to my friend Willis Raburu right here on radio. As you can see, it's really a good sound system. And let me just try playing some music. So just come here on audio and put magnificent. So yeah. Yeah, you get really premium sound system. So let me just go back to my boy Willis. Yeah, so the sound system that you get in this car is actually good, very proper. And let me check whether we have a reverse camera. Let me just start up the car and check if we have the reverse camera. Either it does not come as standard. Do we have a reverse camera? Yes, we do actually have a reverse camera. Not really the best quality, but I guess because this is an aftermarket, Okay, yeah, so that's it. So I want us to actually take this car on the road and feel how it drives and how it is. And we're gonna give you a comprehensive feedback. So let's do a test drive. All right, so we are cruising in this 2016 Toyota Fortuner. And right now, of course, you guys know this road is not really one of the best. There's a lot of body roll, but again, it's expected when you drive such a huge car. And the steering wheel is light. Wow, you know, I just love when you just drive a big car and the steering wheel is light. You know, really easy to maneuver over. And the engine is very responsive. By the way, it's a very powerful engine. Yeah, so I like the fact that you get really get high profile tires. You know, helps you to have a smooth ride. And let's see how we're gonna be when you approach this speed bump. Oh, yeah. So I can say the ride quality for an SUV is good, above average. It's not the best. You know, we've done the GLC that has the airmatic suspension, and this one has the, you know, just the normal springs. And I've actually turned on the AC because it's quite hot out here, and I love the fan speed. It's actually not loud. Sound insulation in this car is good, but again, it's not the best. The Germans just have a way of soundproofing, but again, it's good. I can, when I, you know, like really press my foot on the throttle, I can feel the engine rumble. You don't get that when you drive the German machines, but again, it's a good feature. I mean, and one thing that I can assure you, that is a really good selling point in this car, is that always when you buy a Toyota, you always know that you get a lot of reliability. Of course, the parts are available locally, and this is not even a really, you know, does not have a lot of sensors, a lot of you know, electronics and all that. It's just a good, simple car, and a lot of mechanics around understand this car very, very much well. And therefore, I'm very sure that when you drive this car, number one, you're not going to have a problem getting the spare parts, and also you're not going to have a problem when you service, because you get a fuel tank of about 80 liters. Let's see how many fuel economy you're going to average here, because I've been reading and I saw that you get an average is about 10 liters per 100 kilometers, which is not bad for such a huge car. You see, body roll. That body roll was significant, no lie. The body roll was so significant. Of course, we've done better cars that really do better on corners. And I love the fact that you can actually tilt, and also telescopic tilt for your steering wheel. You know, you can push it forward and back and up and down, depending on your preferred ride height. And the seats, as I told you again, I don't know, this is a good, but I don't know, maybe I'm the one who was not adjusted properly, these seats, but I feel like it's a bit squeezed. Again, another area of practicality in this car, that you get a 7-seater. It's a 7-seater, and therefore you can really carry a lot of people. However, I'd totally recommend to have only children at the back of at the third row of seats, because the legroom is just not practical. And of course, they get their own air vents. Even the back passengers get their own air vents. So Toyota has done this to ensure that you have a proper SUV. And of course, when you get the off-roader, it's a proper SUV, and therefore you expect it to perform very nicely on the off-road. And that's why, of course, you get the low range and high range mode that you've reviewed as you're just looking at the interior of this car. And another thing, this car is fitted with 6-speed automatic gearbox with tiptronic. I love the gear ratios. They are actually very smooth, by the way. I'm so, well, not surprised, but at least it's good. So the 6 gears, I love the way that they're shifting. You don't really strain a lot. And I can say the ride quality, I can give it a score of about 7 over 10. Yeah, 7 over 10 is still a good score. And you know, just like basically the feeling that when you're inside, because it's a bit different even when you drive the Prado. And I was even thinking about, like, you know, the looks. The people really love these looks. I personally love this, especially this of the second generation. You know, of course, the second generation starts from 2015. And wow, look at that. Very smooth body roll, yeah. Normal. Maybe In fact, I don't know if you guys have realized, but a lot of parastatals and maybe county governments, they've really embraced this Fortuner because its off-road capabilities. So it's a maximum off-roader, and you never go wrong with that. And again, I was just thinking at you know, the looks. There are people who love it. I love the looks. In fact, my favorite part, as I told you earlier, is the tailgate. You know, just the side of the back. There's actually, the bottle is good. You are driving in corners. And this car has paddle shifters, and you have 2 driving modes. Right now you're driving on Eco, and there's a button that I just showed you where you switch to Sport, and you can always shift using your paddle shifters. So I don't know how practical the gear ratios will be when you shift in with the paddle shifters, but you're going to see that in just a moment. So there's a thing that I just want us to talk. You know, like I was just looking at the Toyota Prado, trying to compare this car with the Prado, and I realized that maybe if you want to get a car that you want to stay a low key, that, you know, don't really want to show people that you have a lot of money, because when you drive the Prado, Prados in Kenya are associated, 1, with politicians, 2, with people with a lot of money, and therefore maybe when you really just want to keep a low key profile, you can always come and get this Fortuner, because at the end of the day, you get that you have a lot. They actually have a lot in common, even from the engines. Just that the difference with a Prado is that a Prado, you're always assured with, you know, the off-roading capabilities of a Prado are more than this. But again, this will serve the purpose, especially in Kenya. So let me see, I'm trying to look at our average fuel economy right here. Let's see so far. Whoa, so far we're averaging 13.2 liters per 100 kilometers, I guess because it's city driving. I'm sure when you cruise on the highway, you're gonna get way less. So if you ask me, if maybe you don't have the amount of money to buy a Toyota Prado, then this will be a really good alternative. So many thanks for joining us. Tell us in the comment section what are maybe your best key features that you've noted and that you like about this car, and we're gonna have a look. So many thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Adios.